Hello everybody, this is toysareruss, and for this new figure unboxing and review we're going to be looking at the Ironfactory City Commander Final Battle Armour. Now, which I'm pretty sure most of you can tell that this is a third-party company's take on an IDW Ultra Magnus, and to be honest I'm really excited to do this, and I've got quite a few little stories regarding this at the moment of how I'm a little bit annoyed at myself for not getting around to doing this. So here is some product shots on the back. It just looks spectacular, and to be honest I've had this now for probably a couple of months. I got this from Shozy. It is still on sale there, by the way, guys, so I will leave a direct link in the description. And the reason why I'm annoyed at myself is because it came and I looked at it and thought, well, this is going to be a bit complicated, and to be honest there's been so many other figures that have been released since that time. However, what I was going to do, I was just going to very quickly start the video off, transform him myself into alternate mode, and then come back to the robot. However, after opening this and seeing this simply stunning figure, I feel that I really need to give it some justice, do it some real justice. So I'm going to do some proper first impressions, then we'll do the alternate mode, and then we'll do all the comparisons and stuff. So yeah, literally I got the package like this, had a look at it, thought, wow, that looks pretty impressive, and then I got the instructions. They actually look pretty easy to follow as well, which is something quite unusual for third-party companies, but I was just blown away by how good it was. So annoyed at myself for not getting around to doing anything like this with him until now, and as I say, so hopefully I'm going to do him some justice, because this is a spectacular figure. It really is good. I just want to do something very quickly. So although this is legend scale, it is quite big, and what I mean by that is there is a leader class double dealer, and that's not too far off the size of him, to be fair. So he's probably around about a Voyager class figure, to be all honest. Let me just grab one that I've got here. Yeah, so perhaps not as big, but he's, for a legend scale size figure, he is indeed huge. And in fact, funny enough, I've got Ironfactory's Sheen, which is Mirage there, to give you an idea of just how much bigger he is than him. But anyway, let's have a look at why I wanted to show you him in so much detail. So, as I say, and this, again, correct me if I'm wrong, I've not seen or I've not read any of the IDW incarnations or anything like that, but this is pretty much, I suppose, a scaled down version of what Hasbro did with the Combiner Wars version as well of him. It is his, exactly that, IDW version, and just look at it. It looks so good. He's got some light piping on the eyes. That works stunning. Look at that straight away. Fantastic. Such a simple but great little gimmick. It works really well. The decals on this look spectacular. The fact that you've got silver reflecting, you've got some darker, duller gunmetal grey, you've got your black, your whites, your blues. Just a really great figure, and I think, as I say, he's going to display fantastically. This is, I think, again, another thing why I'm so impressed with him. So look at the articulation. The head can look up and down, it can go all the way around. There you can see the translucent plastic for the lighting. You've got, this will tilt out, you can move the shoulder pad out of the way, so you can bring it up to pretty much a full T. You'll be really surprised at the articulation on this really, I suppose, big and chunky figure. You can spin there at the bottom of the shoulder. You've got like a double bicep joint there, hinge. The hands will spin at the wrist. Yep, you've got articulation even in the knuckles of these hands. He's got a giant knuckle duster which moves backwards and forwards as well. The guns on the side move around. You can angle these at different angles. You can build them together to build a hammer, which I will show you again in the rest of the video. They will go all the way around as well, completely unrestricted. Nice sturdy ratchets. You've got a butterfly hinge there, which is crazy. You've got an ab crunch, which again is crazy on a figure this chunky. You've even got an ab rock. Is that a real thing? It must be. You've got an ab rock, so you can tilt it left and right. Again, you can go all the way around with the swivel and with the ab crunch. These are hip skirts, so you can move these out of the way. You can bring it right out to the side. That's the ratchets clicking in the legs. That also is a hip skirt, so you can bring this all the way up. I mean, look, you can turn it in, you can turn it out. This also makes me wish that I was pretty good at posing figures, because I'm useless. The only, I suppose, not a drawback, but just to make you aware, is that it's fused, so you'll only go that far back. However, watch this, you've got a double knee bend, so you can kick it all the way back as well. with the swivel at the top of the hip, with the knee bend, which I said is like a double hinge, with the fact you've got these huge feet on rocking, tilting, the toes will move as well. It's just probably, to be fair, the most articulated figure I've ever seen. I don't think I've seen an ab rock at all. You can store, which again I'm going to show you the little figure in the back. The weapons and the arsenal on this figure is just simply stunning. So you've got these little bits on the side which you can open this up, you can fold out some more little guns. I suppose once again you do need maybe some tweezers or a spludger or something, because they are quite small and quite intricate. Hopefully again you can see all the little bits of detail on the side of this. That's translucent plastic. There's so many things that move around. I'm going to show you that in a bit more detail later on. Just again blown away by this particular figure. You know, I've been talking about it for over 5 minutes, and I've all really done is just shown you how good he looks, how good the paint apps, how good the decals are, tampographs, whatever you want to call them, and indeed the articulation, range of motion in him. He comes with this amazing blaster as well. It's huge. The detail on that is spectacular. That's translucent inside there, so the light's catching it. That's painted. This is it. This part, where is it? There's one part in it. Let me take that bit out as well. It is, that part comes out. In fact, let's have a go at doing it. I've not had a go at doing this yet. I've only seen it in instructions. So what you can do is, oh, that comes off again. Look, you've got articulation on the guns if you want to twist it around. I didn't know it did that. I really didn't know it did that. I've only had a quick play around with it. So they're going to come off. Let's move that out of the way. Let's put this either side at the top of this. I've seen this in the instructions, you see, so I knew it did that, but I didn't know that the guns can swing out like that. Wow, there you go. That's something else they can do. This can then attach to the bottom. This, as you saw, slots out, and then there is your giant axe. Put that down, or hammer rather, not an axe. The Ultra Magnus seems to have quite a lot now. I remember his Prime figure having it, Transformers Prime obviously, and indeed a few others. So I'm just going to rest that there because I'm going to bring it in the rest of the video. But there you go. That's just, you know, a few of the features that this has got that I think just makes it an incredibly special figure, and especially for the price point. I think I paid about $80 for this because it was on sale, which in the UK is it's just cheaper than a leader class figure, to be honest. So yeah, really impressed with how this guy looks. I think that's enough for some first impressions. Hopefully he's made a good first impression on you. Here is the, I've forgotten his name. I'm going to remember it for the second half. Apologies, but you can see ball and socket joints on the biceps, shoulders will swivel out, hips ball and sockets, knee bend, ankle tilts and rock. This is a highly articulate little figure as well, and this is the same size, bigger than your Hasbro Micromaster figures, to be honest. Right, as I say, enough first impressions. Let's have a look at him in his alternate mode. Okay, we're back. You can see he's already in his alternate mode. As I already mentioned, the transformation process is a tutorial that is already separately uploaded to keep the main length of this video down, to be honest, and indeed to hopefully help out people who want to use it exactly that, as a tutorial. Anyway, alternate mode, as you can see, it's pretty impressive, to be fair, considering its size. I just like, I suppose the best description I can use to describe him is he just looks like meaty, like really, I suppose, loads of stuff going on with him. You know, he's not just your basic sort of transporter. I mean, if we want to be really, I suppose, truthful about it, it isn't really the greatest transporter. You can't fold these down and load the vehicles up on it. You can, of course, if you wanted to, you can just put them straight on the top like that, but you can't really run them up and run them down. So I suppose that is a little bit negative, and you can just about get figures on there, which I'm going to show you in a second. And you can also again power him up with the gun that you've got here, and funny enough, you can actually take the small gun, which again, if you remember, was attached underneath. You can take the small gun off first and foremost, and we can pop this onto the little vehicle as well. So you've got two little tabs there, you've got a cutout there. So what you do is just carefully just prise the legs apart just a little bit, and then what we do is we close that together, and then this should rest in the top as well. So there you go, you've powered up your little mini vehicle as well. And if you wanted to, it is a little bit awkward to get it in, what you've got to do is you sort of disconnect this, move this out of the way, and then funnily enough you've got to disconnect this ever so slightly, and then it's still going to be quite difficult to feel. I haven't found the easiest way to do this, but you can sort of slot him in there like so, and again then you can just close everything up just around him. It's just a little bit it's incredibly tight fit, to be honest. As you can see, it does go in, though it's perhaps just me in the way that I've set it all up, but it does go in like that if you wanted to. But I, not just because I'm struggling, but I wouldn't want to put it in there anyway. I think it looks good by itself the way it is, to be honest. It doesn't need to be sort of tucked away. I suppose the only way that you would want to use it is if you were struggling, or if you just wanted to keep everything in one particular area, whilst obviously you had him displayed in this particular mode. Right, I've just pieced that together. I do need to show you this carefully as well. This giant gun, you've got two tabs on the back of there, you've got these flaps there which were the knee guards. You can see there's a little hole in that as well, so this can then attach. Again, it's a case of you've got to pull things slightly apart just to get them all to fit in. Now, can I reach around the camera and do this? Just about, yeah, there you go. So you can fold that down now, and that, I think that looks great as it is. And we haven't even got to these yet. If you remember, these were on his shoulders. What we can do with these, you need to take this part, you need to fold this out and then attach it into these ports here on the side. So as I said, I think the word meaty describes it better. I mean, look at that. It just looks so good. I can't believe how good this figure is. You can probably tell because I'm talking about it quite a lot. Same with this. Let's pop this in that side. Just missed them bits there. There we go. And it's, you know, it's not the, I've already said it's not the greatest troop transporter, but I think it looks good. Great thing to let you know as well, guys, is it's got rubber wheels, which I think is a big thing. I think that's really obviously important. Should that be up? No, it should be down like so. That's it. So it's got the that's better. It's got the rubber wheels in it. You can probably pretty much make out what it is all tucked away inside anyway. But it is, you know, it is big. That is Masterpiece Trailbreaker. It is bigger than that. Deluxe figure wise, it's obviously, this is a long deluxe sort of figure, but you can still see it's bigger than it. And of course we're at completely different price points due to the engineering and the detail that's gone into this. So I'm just bringing out a few figures just to give you an idea of his size, but to be honest, I don't really think there's much more to show you with regards to accessories and stuff. I suppose we just want to have a look at it and just see the detail. I've already pointed out the rubber tires. There's enough detail there, you know, for the headlights, the grille, the windscreen, etc. It looks, you know, it looks futuristic, which I think is another good little bonus there. You've got the extra translucent bits that I pointed out in the first part. You can, of course, again, if you wanted to, you don't have to have this little gun on here. And this is cool now because you can lift it up and down, so you could slot that in there as well and it would still fit. You can't turn it around, unfortunately, but you can move it up and down, which is a lovely little feature. Again, that just really, I suppose, makes it work. And as you can see as well, it holds together really well. It is nice and robust, and to be honest, that is definitely all there is to say about this mode. We're going to come back for the final time in robot mode and see how he looks and compares against some other figures in the same legend scale, and indeed some mainstream ones as well, to give you an idea of his size. So then, back for the final time with him in his robot mode, just to do a few more comparisons, and indeed just to perhaps show you a few more things that I've found just from transforming him. So I have quickly built up the I suppose huge hammer axe thing that you can do, and as I say, it is just the small gun in the bottom with his two shoulder cannons at the side, and this is huge. This makes, obviously, it makes him look really small, to be honest. It's not one of the greatest things. I suppose it's just a little bonus that tends to work. I think personally, and I'm sure you'll agree, that he does look much better with all these parts just, I suppose, put onto him. And exactly like I was saying about his alternate mode, it just, I love all the arsenal, the weaponry to him. As I say, perhaps it is just a little bit too meaty. I don't really know. I think it just looks really good. I'm going to pop them there. I'm going to keep the gun, I suppose, as it should be, or again, clip this into there. I'm not going to put it in his hand just yet, because what I want to show you is I've just found out that there's these as well, little more pods on the side. So as I say, his arsenal is just ridiculous, the amount of things that I've found on here just doing this. And there's still things that I've probably missed out as well, to be honest, but what I definitely need to do, I wasn't going to do this one, but I thought I might as well, just in case people want to know. And he's probably not even going to fit in. No, he's not. He's too big. So that's how big he is compared to the original G1. But bear in mind, the original G1 mold is huge. It's massive. And if that doesn't really mean anything to you, if you tend to collect newer figures, there you go. There's your Siege stroke Earthrise stroke Kingdom Magnus. So he's a little bit smaller than that. But as I say, he more than holds his own with the rest of the Legends scale sized figures, to be honest. Funnily enough, just very quickly again, there's a G1 Prime, so he's bigger than a G1 Prime. And let me just, as I say, bring in some Voyager class figures. So, well, just a Voyager one to show you that he is pretty much a Voyager class size figure, but he does scale really well, which he's supposed to, of course, with the other Legend scale figures. So there is Ironfactory's, I keep forgetting his name, I meant to call him Sheen, but he's not, but it is their take on Mirage. There is New Age's Optimus Prime, which, you know, I know it's a different company, I know it's a different style, this is IDW, but it still works and they still do look great together. You could even use him, I suppose, to scale with Hasbro core class, because it does tend to really work. I think it looks great, as well. As I say, I think he even looks good with the Doctor Woos, but now he's too big for the Doctor Woo figures, to be honest. But yeah, core class, as you can see, he scales pretty good with them. But I think I've pretty much covered everything that I want to say in this. I'm probably sure there's something that I've missed. It's just such a great figure. There's so much going on with it, and it's, I think, really good value for what you get with it. And as I say, it might not be everybody's cup of tea, because it's the IDW take on him, but either way, I'm sure you'll agree. And exactly like me, you know, it's a great looking figure. It's clearly Ultra Magnus, and exactly that, I think it's fantastic. So let me know what you think of him in the comments, guys. Take care.